Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Ever since the news broke that Billy Flynn was leaving Days of Our Lives for the Young and the Restless, we've had a lot of fun speculating about whom he'd be playing, about with whom he'd be paired, about his potential impact on Genoa City, etc., and so forth. Now we know that the actor is Aristotle Dumas Kane Ashby. The character has his heart set on reuniting with former wife Lily Winters, and his goal is to basically own Genoa City. But we're still mystified, and not by the identity of Damian Kane's killer. We're betting we already know whodunit. The more Kane explains, the less we understand about the version of him that has returned to the canvas 6 years after the role was vacated by Daniel Goddard, who now plays Professor Henry Dalton on General Hospital. Foremost among our questions are these. Kane swore that, off-screen, he reconciled with estranged father Colin Atkinson, and they set about amassing a vast fortune in what we've been told are legitimate ways. But really? In 6 years, Kane managed to put together an empire to rival the great and powerful Victor Newman's, and without resorting to the kind of underhanded dealings that were Colin's stock in trade. Colorists skeptical. Also, if there was shadiness to the manner in which Kane went from rags to riches, who would want to kill him? And why? If he's Mr. Nice Guy businessman about town, he doesn't exactly have a target on his back. Unless, that is, former associates of Colin still have old scores to settle and are out to murder Kane as payback. But even if Colin owed them money, wouldn't his cronies want the cold, hard cash, not Kane's cold, dead body? Do you live in the digital age? There's virtually no one whose picture is not on the internet. And wouldn't at least some of the bigwigs with whom Kane did business have insisted on an in-person meeting, recognized him from his days as a bartender turned CEO in Genoa City, and blabbed to Victor or Jack Abbott or somebody that Aristotle Dumas wasn't the mystery man that he pretended to be? Furthermore, Kane told ill-fated Damian Kane that now that the mask had been dropped, he had to go back and pull down all of the walls that he'd built to hide his true identity. So what? Did he legally change his name to Aristotle Dumas? Are we supposed to believe that his kids never noticed that suddenly their old man's credit card had a different guy's name on it originally? Kane was Australian like Goddard and had an accent to match. Since the character's comeback, there's been no mention of the fact that he seems altogether unlikely to start a conversation with "G'day, mate" anymore. On the plus side, we suppose that explains why Billy Abbott didn't recognize Kane's voice. When Kane was introduced in 2007, he posed as Philip Chancellor Louis, Chance Chancellor's father. Looking at Flynn next to Connor Floyd, who now plays Chance, we're not sure anybody in the hemisphere would believe that. Plus, whatever happened to the age difference that was once an issue for Kane and Lily? Kane has told all of his guests that there is simply no way to contact the outside world. What we think is that they have no way to contact the outside world. Kane, of course, does. So we can't fathom why he snuck away to Genoa City for an in-person meeting with Holden Novak, when it would have been so much stealthier to simply call the guy. In a similar vein, are we right that Adam Newman climbed a mountain to reach the train cars, then climbed back down and went home? And no one thought, the hell with this, I'm going with him. Wouldn't at least Sharon and Nick have split, if only to check in on their loved ones and let them know what was going on?